But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this is my story time, The Candy Shop. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Candy Shop. I am Candace, and this is Mimosa Monday. Before I bring my guest on, I definitely want to just say when we do this review, it's strictly our opinions. I'm not doing the show a thorough review from start to finish. So I'm sorry if you guys are looking for that, but it's truly our opinions on last night's show. So I'm going to bring my guest on, my co-host, Miss Hannah. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm good.
Yes. You got your mimosa. We finally got mimosas tonight.
I even got me a craft.
That's good. Yes, I finally made a mimosa. I'm looking at my husband because he wants to walk through as soon as I start the show. I finally got this mimosa. I had to put the Bacardi down. I wanted to actually have a real mimosa today since it's Mimosa Monday.
This is the actual Mimosa Monday.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. We're going to talk about, well, before I get into it, I do want to thank my new subscribers for subscribing to my channel. You are now sugar babies. I don't know why I was going to say cry babies. Sugar babies. Sugar babies. I was thinking of the song Cry Baby. You're sugar babies. For some reason, in the past day or so, I've gotten an uptick in subscribers. Hey, Avi, how are you? We're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac. And I actually want to start with Real Housewives of Potomac because that was what I watched recently. So let me get the banner up. So did you get a chance to watch the show?
So watch Huntsville. I saw snippets of Potomac. I was supposed to watch it. Work was crazy. I'm not going to lie. By the time I got to watch it, I was like, dang, it's too late. But I did see like snippets. So you go and I saw like little snippets, and then I actually just saw an interview with the new castmate right before the show started.
So this episode that aired yesterday was kind of crazy. It was interesting from start to finish. It was a couple of things that were interesting. So I'll start with Robin. Robin, I know. Robin, I'm starting to feel bad for her, even though she's not one of my favorite characters in the show. Apparently, she is going through, I don't want to just say she's going through depression, but she's going through something because they show her and she sets her alarm literally 2 minutes before her kids have to start school. She sets the alarm to get up and wake them up for school. So the babies ain't getting no breakfast. They ain't getting refreshed, nothing. And it's like she wants to sleep all day. And Juan had to wake her up to wake up their second son. And so I don't know what she's going through. I know with the pandemic, it may be a lot on her with the career that she's in. And I'll speak for myself. So I had a pandemic baby. Right after I had my baby in July, I went through postpartum depression. I had to talk to somebody and also take medication in order to get over that hump. So if I know what I went through at that time, so I know she might be going through it, especially with them she just got engaged to Juan, and now it's like, okay, we got to put off this wedding because we're going through a pandemic. They're at a point right now where they don't know what's going on. Yes, that was crazy. It was no prep for the kids. I was like, okay, we all, well, I have children, you have children as well. So my son was doing the online school. And so I would literally wake him up an hour prior to school starting so he can take a shower. I wanted him to have breakfast. I wanted him to be in the right mind to start school because my son struggles at times through school. So I wanted him all the way focused in his belly full. So I definitely would want to create a stable situation for my child in that sense because it's already crazy with the pandemic. What do you think?
They actually need that because I have my baby's saying my baby, but my baby going to high school this year. And my other one, the pandemic, I would wake them up the same way. I would make sure they're up, both of them up, getting ready, wash, take a shower, eat. That way, you have to act like you're still in school. Like, you're not going to be up all night either, because even though you're home, you're still in school. It's still a school year. So some of the kids, it was already harder. So for her not to even understand depression is real, and a lot of people during this pandemic actually started suffering depression that didn't probably have depression beforehand. So I understand that, but also she got to talk to somebody. And why don't woke his own kids up? Don't wake me up to wake these kids up. Start wake them kids up.
Yeah, because I was going to say,
wake me up to wake our kids up. You wake the kids up.
I thought about that too. Like, I wonder, like, what is Juan doing where he can't help the kids as well?
Get your kids. Did I make them myself?
Yes, on the previous episodes, he told her he's turned off by her being like that. I'm like, how are you?
I saw the other episodes.
Yeah, like, how are you supporting her and you telling her you're turned off by it? Like, that's the last thing she needs to hear. So they're kind of shaky. Well, you know what? I'm gonna continue with Robin, because Miss Robin, she was on one a little bit to me in this episode.
They're getting married. I don't think they're getting married.
No, I don't think they're going to get married. And I hate to say that, but I really don't think they're going to be married. But going to her in her little warehouse with these hats, I don't know what's going on. She has a friend, Escala. We're introduced to her friend, Escala, and I want to call her Escada, like the perfume. But Escala is Ethiopian. She meets with Wendy as well at this, I guess it's I don't know if it's a warehouse or what it is, what this space is, but it's an extra space for her to package these hats up. And so she says she has a lot of people ordering the hats. Everybody want them. The night prior, they had to pack up like 350 orders. So she claims she's selling out in these hats. So she has
behind hats.
What'd you say?
Don't nobody want them hats.
I know, and they $59.
Nobody wants those hats. There's nothing spectacular. And I love hats. I will put a hat on in a minute. Not that one. I'm okay. That's how we started that photo shoot last year.
Exactly. Well, since her little photo shoot, she said it picked up. But going back to a Scala, I think I'm pronouncing her name correct, and Wendy, she's talking to both of them. Yes, it did feel staged, Davi. That whole scene feel staged. It was actually, I guess, to introduce a Scala, because at first I thought a Scala was like her worker, but then she was like, she's her friend helping. She had on Louboutin, the red bottom boots, and her and Wendy was comparing like shoes and stuff. But what was interesting to me in this scene, Robin basically called Karen an alcoholic. Like, basically, when she was telling the scholar about Karen and about some of the girls, she was like, Karen tends to drink too much, and just really saying something like very, very negative about Karen. And I thought that was unwarranted.
I love Karen.
Yeah, I love Karen too.
I really love Karen. She said she don't want to still like because Monique is gone. So
exactly. Hey, be real.
Hey.
So that's all with Robin's part. She was basically irrelevant as usual in the episode. Let's go to someone else. So Giselle and Ashley meet up at a restaurant or whatever to have a chat, which I thought this was staged as well, because I didn't know that they were as close as they were. But Giselle, first of all, Giselle is like, how is our pregnancy going? How do we feel about Michael? And I guess with the whole cheating thing that he did before. And so Ashley didn't address her. I mean, didn't like talk to her about it. She just said, well, I feel good now. I'm just confused by this friendship. I don't know. I'm confused with all of Ashley's friendship. What you say?
I'm confused with Ashley's marriage.
Yeah, well, I'm confused with like everything Ashley does. She talks shady about all the girls, but then like she delivers information. She told Giselle in that conversation how Mia said she was just a pretty face. Like Ashley is being messy, Ashley as usual. Mm-hmm. But in the end, I guess this was all a setup for Giselle to introduce this Pamper Me party that Giselle ended up leaving it early from anyway. Giselle was like, I want to throw you a pamper party. Pamper Me party. I remember when I was pregnant with my twins, people didn't care about me. They just wanted to know what was going on with the twins. So I felt alone, and I want to throw this party for you, which I thought it was good. But it was an event set up for the show. So that was an interesting meeting. Karen and Candace meet up together, and Karen meets up with Candace. Candace is like, "How do you feel about everything that happened last year, the whole Monique situation?" And she was like, "I don't regret anything. I don't regret anything. I don't take anything back." No. I guess I'll say this because I'm more of a person. I think I mentioned this before on a previous show. I go along to get along at times. And so if I'm taking my time out to meet with you, I'm going to just go ahead and apologize and say, I'm sorry that you feel that I wasn't there for you. I hate that it went that way. I wouldn't go over there and be like, hey, I don't regret. I don't regret that.
Like, what? Girl, wow. I can't stand her.
You can't stand Candace?
No.
She's real on this season.
Her mother, her husband can stay. She can go.
On this season, she's kind of toned down. Like I don't know if she's at peace or what. Because I used to couldn't stand her at all. I was so mad that she got Monique kicked off the show. Well, Monique left the show because of her. But Candace on this season, I guess she's at peace because Monique is gone. And like really, she's not about the drama right now. So when Karen told her that in the interview, she was like, I am truly upset that she doesn't regret anything. But what I'll do, she said, I'm not going to go off or anything. I can still kiki with her, but I just see you. Basically, I see you. I don't trust you.
From later on in the season, she does get turned up again. So
yes, and obviously said 3 episodes in, and the napkin return. Yes, Candace was crying in that napkin when Karen.
Those tears come out in like 2 seconds.
Yes.
And she was like a beauty page or whatever, so she could turn them on in a moment. Like, girl, bye. Nothing is there.
Yes. So I feel good that she's not being extra, because when she's extra, I literally have to turn my TV off. I can't take it sometimes, and so I'm good with her with how she's being right now.
I turn the TV off.
Because I swear, when Candace was popping off last season like a little Chihuahua dog. Yes, and I have never in my life of watching TV never felt the animosity with somebody on TV before like I did for her, and that's crazy. Like she really did some good acting because she pissed me the hell off last season. So she this season, you hear that thunder? It's like storming here. So
I thought it was here because it just started raining here. We didn't even know it was raining here.
Yeah, it's storming. But no, she's been all right. So she says she doesn't trust Karen. She's still gonna kiki or whatever, but basically she don't trust her. She don't F with her like that, like how they were. Because I guess before she viewed Karen as a mother figure, and now that's gone. Oh yeah, they showed a clip.
Oh mother.
They showed a clip where she was like, other than my mother, this is the second person that's been there for me, Karen Huger, and all the, they showed Giselle and all their faces looking like whatever. But she really at one point like was riding for Karen, and I guess she wanted Karen to return the favor with Monique choose a side. 313 Yolanda, hey, how are you? She says Candace might as well wipe her forehead because she's thinking of the tears instead of actually crying. Exactly. It was like
full point.
Always. That's what she did.
Not the whole corner like she do, because it's right here.
Just that little part.
You got a whole eye here. Why are you right here?
Yes, but no. So that was that scene. The other scene that I remember, and I'm not mad at saying scene because that's what this feels like. It is starting to feel like it's just every scene is set up that way. So the last part that before I get to that, they show Mia with her husband talking about her mom. So her mother was not in her life. She said the only memory that she has of her mother was how her mother left her. And so she remembers being 6 years old on Christmas Eve and waiting for her mother. She said laying on the floor waiting for her mother to come home, and her mother never came. And so they're supposed to be, her story is sad. I'm gonna shout out Marcella Speaks because I was watching her earlier. I agree with Marcella. I wouldn't have this on the show with my mom. I just couldn't do it, especially if I have that type of relationship. I'm very emotional and private at times with things like that. So I commend her on that. But for this to be the first season that you're on, I wouldn't have brought that on the show because these ladies attack. They already attacking this lady. Mia is a bit much. Yes, poor Mia in foster care. Like I literally feel bad for her.
Do you think sometimes, people do things to maybe she brought it to the lights, maybe her mom will reach out, even if it's negative, you know how people say just a connection. So maybe her saying that you never know that she might have just did it just to get a connection.
She's been meeting with her. But she can't get past those memories. That's where she's at. She's saying that's where she's at in their relationship. She can't get past that part.
Yeah, especially your mother.
313 Yolanda said, you think Mia's oversharing on the show? Yes, I really do. And this is why I say that. I can only go from me. Sometimes I tend to overshare and then I be thinking like, damn, why did I say that? And because Mia comes off like the type of person, and I'm an introvert at times, but other times if you get me talking, if I open up to you, that means I've let my guard down. Mm-hmm. So you are literally going to get anything from me, especially when I'm drinking. And it's because I'll say this about myself. I'm the type of person, what you see is what you get. I'm going to be real with you all the way 100. I don't do fakeness. So I'm going to be genuine in how I present myself to you and be an open book. And I feel like she's doing that for the show. To me, she is oversharing because speaking of Mia, we're going to go to this next scene. So on the previous episode, Mia said her and her husband said they met each other at the strip club when she was bartending. Mm-hmm. On this episode, she said she met she said she was working at this club or a fancy 5-star restaurant bartending, and she eventually decided to strip, and then she met her husband.
Wait, she changed the story? Because I remember the story.
She changed the story. In the way she described this club, I've never heard of no club like this. So we go into the last scenes of the show. So she said she was working in a 5-star restaurant it was a gentleman's club that she wore a long gown in. It does not have a pole. Yes. And that she would she said the men just paid money for her presence. And so Giselle was like, that sounds like an escort. So you were escorting? And she was like, yes. And they were like, well, escorts have sex. She was like, well, I didn't have sex. So
gentlemen's clubs, some do have poles.
What'd you say? Exactly. She's saying the one that she worked at, and I want to know where she worked.
I've never heard of a gentleman's club without a pole.
And I've never
get naked like a strip club, but they have a pole.
I've never heard of one where they wear long gowns unless they wearing them long negligees with all their stuff out.
It's a gentleman's club in Philly where they wear like longer gowns, but the split has to come like all the way up there. Basically, it's a long gown, but you still see thighs and breasts. It's just,
Is it a negligee? Gown. Is it a negligee or is it a prom gown? Because she made it seem like a prom.
So the gentleman's club is Delilah's in Philly. It does have, they do have some girls that'll wear it, but it's a long gown, but you still got splits, so you see thighs and legs and everything that basically, it shows your body. It's just fake classy.
Oh, so
but then they go in private rooms and do more than fake classy. So
see, Yolanda said strippers in ball gowns. Exactly, because that's what I'm
saying. It's not a ball gown. It's like an illusion dress. You know how you wear that long dress with the split up your thighs and show everything? It's basically looks like when you go into the beach to cover up. It's basically a cover up you walking around in.
She described it as a gown, she was wearing a gown, and I was like, where the heck is
allegedly?
And then she said it was no poles. Like what? I just want to know. And so, my mind automatically went to it. Like, are y'all giving them lap dances? Like they wasn't asking enough questions for me because I would have been like, so do you give them lap dances? Like, how are you making your money? So she was like, we're just around. Yep, she was definitely trying to sugarcoat it. And she was like,
even say that if she wanted to lie, well, I wouldn't even bring that up.
Again, oversharing.
Well, maybe she came out and said, "I'm gonna tell my business before somebody else do." Because the moment you come on any type of reality, it's some old family member or cousin you ain't seen in 50 years trying to tell your business.
I can somewhat agree with that, but I don't feel like that's what it is, because to me it seems like she's telling lies, and then she catches herself on the next episode, because on the first episode she says she was like 32 or 34 or no, she said she was originally 30. Then she comes back on and was like, I looked at my birth certificate, I'm 36. Like, what?
She couldn't even tell the difference between her and her husband, years of age, the age between the years. Like, what?
So 313 Yolanda said, you think she was a full stripper or escort?
Escort.
I think she was an escort too, and I think that's why
she told you was an escort.
She's getting her clip fixed. She had clitoral rejuvenation or something like that done, because she said her husband was beating it up. I can't even talk now, but in actuality, she was getting it beat up at this job as an escort, because she herself said she was an escort, but then she was like, no, I wasn't having sex. But she's trying to clean it up. I think and to be honest, and this is me being serious, with her background and everything that she's talked about, it just seems like she's had to do what she had to do in order to get the things that she wanted. And possibly being an escort was how she got into those circles of her husband and other men that were rich. To be all the way 100, I'm gonna call it like I see it. And I'm sorry, Mia, but I really do think you was an escort. I'm not gonna call you the HOE word, but I think you was doing basically what they say.
I mean, a part of me really believes that too, because especially since you didn't have your mother, you didn't have that woman guidance to really. I mean, if you had foster moms, everything understandable, but it's nothing like having your mom to actually show you some guidance. So she probably was getting around until she found who she is. Now, if she goes back to that, that's a problem, because you out that life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't judge nobody past, but don't lie about your past. If you want to own it, own it. Don't own it and lie.
Yeah. I just wish she would have been a little bit more smarter in how she wanted to portray herself with the ladies, because she don't realize with this being TV, we catch everything, and like saying something for shock value, it might be good in that moment because I think she wants to be memorable, but it's going to be detrimental to how you are perceived on this show for the rest of time. So you have to be very careful. And I understand she's new to the show. She wants to be popular. She doesn't want to be like boring and another boring housewife, but it's like she basically selling her soul and letting all of it out in order to be famous. Yolanda said, I hope they don't throw this in Mia face in the reunion. This cast is vicious. Yes, especially Giselle.
I'm about to say Giselle is waiting because she don't have no business.
Oh, and let's talk about Zen Win. I know you're going to say, who the hell is that? So Wendy has been calling herself Zen Win. She was like, I'm Zen Win. I'm at peace. She got into it with Mia at the little pamper party. So Mia sat down next to her, and basically Zen Win was mad at the fact that Mia comes off as a flip-flopper. So Mia did say originally to Giselle, well, first of all, Mia is Wendy's friend. That's what she was introduced to. I mean, not Wendy, Karen Huger's friend. And so when Karen Huger and Giselle got into that argument on like the first episode, Mia was like, I feel like you have a good heart, Giselle, and blah, blah, blah. Then on the next episode, she changed it and was like, before I knew what Giselle had said about Ray, I thought that, but now I see she's just a pretty face. That's apparently what she said. And so Wendy is like calling her out like, you flip-flop. She kind of went off on her. Mia, like myself, if you notice, I talk with my hands. So Mia was like, I talk with my hands. And so Mia was explaining to Karen that when Zen Win was upset about her talking with her hands. That's what she wants to be called.
I'm calling you that, sis.
It's Zen Win. That's what she wants to be called.
No one's calling you that. Start there.
She's telling Karen, she was like, so she told me to get her hands out of her face, and I asked her, what is she going to do about it? And so Wendy was like, yes, you don't put you don't put your hands in my face and blah, blah, blah. And I have time today. She was like, I got time today. Zen Win has time today. I'm like, girl,
bye.
What are you going to do? And so Mia was like, if you have a problem with my hands, I'm talking my hands, move over there.
Yeah, like a lot of people do talk with their hands.
Yes, and see, Yolanda says she talks with her hands sometimes too.
Yeah, sometimes I point across. If I'm mad, you gonna get all this.
Yeah, but Wendy talks with her hands as well, so I don't even know.
She talks with her hands.
So they got into it, and Wendy did not let Mia like get her points out, and so Giselle and Robin kind of turned on Wendy in that point. And obviously, Wendy ain't Zen. She is still pressed. Yes, that's what I was like.
Yes.
But she was like, I'm Zen Win. I have time today. I have time today. I'm thinking if you have time today, that ain't there's no Zen in that, Wendy. So, but no, Giselle and Robin was like, Wendy was basically like aggressive. Well, they didn't say aggressive, but that's basically what they said. And to me, that's what it seemed like. They were saying she wouldn't let Mia talk. She just kept going. She was like, Wendy was on 10. And the part of that I don't understand is why Wendy was on 10 with Mia. I still haven't figured out what her problem is. Yes, Mia may be a flip-flop, but who cares? Like, why are you so upset about that?
Mind your own business.
And Yolanda says, Zen Win gonna get her wig snatched from me. Yes, she is. She is.
I think so. You can't be aggressive if you're calling yourself Zen Win. You're not in any type of Zen if you're aggressive. Pick a side. If you're Zen, you're calm, you're cool, you're not worried about anything, you're in your own peace. You're not in your own peace. You try to get your storyline together for the season.
This showed the breakdown with Wendy and Giselle, though, because Wendy was like, I'm trying to defend Giselle, and they're basically defending Mia. They're telling me just basically to be quiet. Obviously, I don't feel she wants the smoke from Mia. She wants something because she doing too much. I think she might want it, but she just don't know how bad that smoke is gonna be.
Well, people don't got nothing to lose.
Yes, and Miss Mia do not care. Like,
Lika Candace, the kid what you asked for, Portia and Kenya.
Yes. So that was the episode. I can't wait to see the episodes coming. I guess Giselle and Robin want to have a talk with Mia about her remarks and everything that she said. And they tell her not to invite Karen. She gets upset, and I guess she responds to them saying, what are we talking about? You won't be talking to me, or something like that. So they get mad at her.
First of all, you're not about to pull me to the side and ask me about anything I say out of my mouth.
Yes, Yolanda says, Zen Win, you're not ready, TikTok. And Wendy did say that at TikTok. Wendy, have several seats, please. Yes, please have several seats, Wendy. And that was another thing. Candace is like, her boobs and her body is too new to be trying to pop off like that. She was like, she might pop a titty or something. Candace was right, though. She was right. Like,
she could be ready.
Yeah, but she was doing
the hands good. You cool. All in the hands.
Yeah, anyone that can say Jiminy Crickets doesn't care. Exactly.
Almost choked them out of Mimosa.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see the rest. The episode, I'm not gonna say it was boring, but it was mediocre. The fight was good. Of course, Ashley was just sitting there like, what? Like, her baby.
Per usual.
Yeah, when they taped the episode, I guess her baby was due 2 or 3 days later. So she was really just chilling and watching all of them. But I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. Now I do want to move into Love and Marriage Huntsville in the previous episode. So I watched it on yesterday. And so you probably
I saw it today.
Have more to say about it than me. Because look at it, Bert. I talk with my skibbity paps. What?
He talks with all his hands.
I do too. So Love and Marriage Huntsville, though. So tell me what and Avi is laughing at Be real. Yes.
He's crazy.
So tell me, what do you think of Saturday's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville? I'll let you give your opinion first.
Okay. First of all, I'll be honest. When I was watching it at first, I was like, am I on the right week? Because it said the premiere on Saturday. So I was making sure because I know this is episode 2 or 3 because I swear it was
episode 2.
Okay, because it said 2. I was like, am I on the right episode? Am I missing a week? My opinion, I saw our buddy Martell. I feel like he's very lost right now. And he's act like he don't need it. When he admitted that he doesn't have the coin he used to have, it's like, okay. And then he's lying still, so he has no progress really. I'm actually starting to like Kimmy more after seeing her. I'm agree with you. Maybe Marcel, maybe not have a child, or maybe he's leading. I just feel like he's leading into more because Marcel to me has like a certain type of agenda, and the way he was talking, like he was trying to get out. When nobody's going to tell you if you had an outside child, I would be okay. Like who's saying that?
Mm-hmm.
Bird would never tell me you can have an outside child. Please. That's never happening ever in life. So I feel like he's leaning to that. It was a good episode. I need a little more drama, just a little tiny bit. But I agree. One part about when Marcel met with, what's his name? Real estate man.
Oh, I forgot that guy's name. His friend.
Whatever. I agree with him. Don't ever go to nobody else once we had this conversation, especially my ex. Like, we in business, and I'm really big on respect. So I do feel that little tad bit of anger, and I mean it was a lot. I'll let you go, so we can talk about if you want to talk about Kimmy and oh my God, what's the wife name? What's the ex-wife name?
Kiowa. I be calling her quinoa. Like
I was like, Maurice has no respect for Kimmy when whatever her name, Q, is in the room. Like, you will acknowledge me as your wife. I don't care about your ex-wife. You acknowledge me as your wife. And I feel like he's very disrespectful to a certain aspect, and I would have been cursing him out by now. She's better than me.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna break my little opinion down by each couple. So we can start with Kimmy and Maurice. So the Kimmy and Maurice situation, I don't feel like Maurice disrespects Kimmy. I just feel like Maurice just is unaware. Like, you know how most men just don't even care. Like I can see my husband doing that. Like, I literally have to tell my husband sometimes, in this situation, you should have did this, and remember that I'm there. And in Maurice's mind, it's like he still separates his wife and ex-wife. And so he can't fathom that they can all work together. He still wants them separate. And I don't even know if it's a respect thing. It's just that's the way it's wired in his mind. So when he put them on the phone with Kiowa, whatever her name is, I'm gonna call her because it starts with a K. So I'm gonna call her Miss K. So his ex-wife, Miss K, she was very respectful in that versus how we last saw her when she was like trying to accuse Kimmy of being the other woman. Still to this day, I don't know if Kimmy was the other woman or not. She's saying she wasn't, but then you have Tisha saying she was. Everybody, you think she was too? Yeah.
I don't think she was. For your example, you just said them trying to separate. I feel like he feels guilty of how he got with Kimmy, and that's why he still keeps them separate because he had to when he was creeping around.
Because Kimmy was the other woman.
Yep.
Yes. Obviously, Maurice handled that situation with Kinoa and Kimmy wrong from the start, and it has only gotten worse. Exactly. Yep. He did it very wrong from the start because, like I said, Kimmy was the other woman. They say that they were friends prior, but like if Kiowa didn't know about this so-called friend, that was the other woman, and then you marry this so-called friend or whatever. So from the beginning, it was a dirty situation, and it's only now that the ladies themselves are trying to work through it because Kiowa is married to somebody else.
Yeah.
And of course, Kimmy has Maurice. I think they want to work through it, but for Maurice, that's why it's funny for him. So to me, it's not necessarily a respect or a disrespect thing, but it's probably an uncomfortable, awkward situation for him because of how he moved in the situation initially. And so Kimmy was funny when she was like, "Hello, I'm here. We're gonna do this." Because that would have been me, like, yes.
I would have been right next to her. I would have been the screen. Hey, girl.
Yes, like, hey, quinoa. So this is what we gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Their little son Monster. I don't know what's going on because I don't know if y'all saw the previews, but apparently another lady that's Melody's friend that's introduced to the show is going to be talking about how Monster was in the bathroom vaping. So I don't know what to believe with that. I'll talk about that a little later. But I hope Monster's all right. He started high school. It seems like he's having a good time with the situation in his parents. It doesn't seem like it's weighing on him. He told his mom where he was going to go, which is good. He made the decision himself. And so that part is good. Kimmy, I'm going to tell you this, Hannah. Kimmy has always been one of my favorites on the show. I liked her from the beginning because I don't like Tisha like that.
I remember I like Tisha. That's so crazy.
Oh, no, I didn't like Tisha. I'm not going to say I don't like her, but she just always seemed weak. But I'll get to her in a second. So Kimmy in the Tisha situation, if it were me, I couldn't deal with Tisha. I don't care because let me tell you this. It ain't like Maurice is Tisha's blood brother. Tisha is just the other wife like me. So I don't have to talk to you. I can say hello. I can keep it moving, but I'm gonna deal with your husband because that's my husband's brother. I'll say hello to him and the kids or whatever. But we don't gotta deal together. We don't have to be best friends. We don't gotta call ourselves sisters because technically we aren't really sisters. I guess we're sister-in-laws. But I would have been pissed off that her whole family had something to say to me because I'd be like, can y'all get out of my face? Like if we go, I don't bring my family in this situation, so don't bring yours. Like your family, your mom, your brother, your cousin, whoever all these people are, should not be confronting me about you because I'm not married to you, first of all. So I'm talking with my hands because I'm getting a little mad now. Yes, Tisha. Yeah, obviously right. Tisha keeps giving me Tyler vibes. Yes, she is definitely giving Tyler vibes because she just, I don't know what it is, and I guess she is her mother's only child. I guess her only daughter. I think she's her mother's only daughter. And so she is so spoiled. It seems like she does not know, realistically, she can't handle the real world. She's used to being sheltered and coddled and everybody handling situations for her. Look at her and her husband. I think they were married after a month or engaged after a month of just dating. So all her life, she's had different people taking care of her and telling her that it appears what she was going to do, how she should think, all of that. And they still do it now on the show. Even though she's trying to act like she has it together now, she got her second degree. She could be book smart all day, but that common sense is not there.
Not at all. Wanda and Kimmy like the same age, they were saying. So maybe they, I know Wanda had Tisha really, really young.
Yeah, Kimmy is, I think, 52. Wanda is like 54, 55.
So yeah, so maybe that's too. Wanda and Wanda and Tisha probably grew up as friends and not mother and daughter either.
Exactly.
Wanda overstepped her boundaries.
Yes. Yes, I still want to know why Wanda needed to talk to me. Like, talk to your daughter. Don't talk to me.
Did she birth me?
Don't talk to me. Yeah. I have nothing to say.
Like girlfriends.
What'd you say?
They're around the same age. They're talking like girlfriends.
Yeah, but I would just be like, why are you even I don't care if we are the same age. Talk to your goddamn daughter. You still raising her. Go raise her.
How old is Maurice? He's younger than Kimmy, right?
Maurice? Yeah.
He's younger than Kiwan, too.
Maurice and Marceau, I think they're around my husband's age. So they're like in their early 40s. And I think Marceau is a year older than Maurice. They're not that far off in age.
Okay.
But yeah, I like Kimmy. I've been team Kimmy. I didn't like how she dressed though. Like all of them, they style.
I like how Melanie dressed. I'm lying.
Yeah, all of them, the style was. What'd you say?
I said I like how Melanie dressed. Not all the time. but a lot of the times I like Melody.
That Huntsville style is interesting. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I do want to talk about let's talk about Tisha and Marcel. I don't what happened on the episode with them because I don't even remember. I was so stuck on Martell and Melody. What happened?
Waving her little watch around.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was staged to me. Well, that little gift presentation was staged. It probably was Marcel watch that he gave to her. And then he was telling her, so if you had an outside child, it wouldn't matter to me because I think your family is trying to insinuate that I have an outside child. And well, he started with, I think your family is trying to insinuate I have an outside child. And she was like, well, they must be listening to social media and stuff. And then when he was talking, she was like, well, if you had an outside child, I would take you for everything you have. And then he just burst out, well, you really wouldn't get it. So he might have a prenup or something because he was like, you wouldn't get anything anyway. And then she was saying, he told her, oh shoot, wait, he was telling her, oh, if you had an outside child, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't be upset. It wouldn't matter to me. Like, okay.
No, he know he would be upset. I think sometimes
I think he got somebody. I think he has a baby, or he has a baby he think might be his, and that's why he prompted to get that vasectomy. Because he probably can't tell his wife you can have an outside kid.
Yeah, he probably does, but I feel like he probably said that to get a reaction out of her too, just to see. Because I just don't think that man would be okay with
it. He wasn't expecting her to say, "I take your money."
Yeah, that man would. He wanted to see how she would handle it. That man would be upset if she had a child outside of his child. We all know that.
His ego can't take it.
Outside of the marriage. Yes. What'd you say?
His ego couldn't take it.
Exactly. And so she was like, I do remember now, she was like, you wouldn't be here. Or like you'd be dead if that was the case.
Stick beside him. Stick right beside him. His baby and all.
Yeah, because she just comes off like she does not have a backbone. She's let him get away with a lot of stuff.
Fine of a jellyfish.
Yeah, so no, she wouldn't be leaving. I really hope for her sake that he don't have a child, but it's starting to look like he had one before they got married or he did have one while they were married. Hopefully it comes out because he tries to act like it's a joke. And I know they went live a few months ago on Instagram and he was saying he has a child and she tried to cut it off. But she later on came back and said that they were joking. Like it was just a joke. He was just
ended live abruptly if it was a joke. You would have kept it on. She ended the crap.
She was trying to say he was drunk, and that's why she ended the live.
Drunk man speaks a sober heart. So girl, bye.
Yes. But yeah, I want to make me another drink. So
got you a craft.
I know. Go into talking about Melody and Martell. I know you touched on it a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I like Melody. She's my favorite right now.
Yes. But I'm going to turn my camera off for a second.
Okay. So I'll talk about Melody and Martell. I really feel like Martell has his ways about him. We know he was trifling. We know everything. And I feel like he has issues right now that he's scared to reach out to people. Because when Melody was trying to rub on him and try to just comfort him, even though they're divorced, they went through their things, he's trifling, I wouldn't have been rubbing on him and touching on him. However, she still feels like they had that connection. He couldn't accept that. And also, he's still lying. It's like he doesn't really know what he really wants. He tries to say, I want my family, I don't. But his ego and his pride will not allow him to realize that I still want the love I had and I missed. He let his ego override the love that he still has for his family. It also kind of bothered me though when Melody was saying, "Oh, well, my son and my kids see this and that." They heard all the arguments. I mean, I am divorced, and I was at my old marriage. It was at a very, very horrible. But my kids did not see or hear what we were going through at the time. Now, you know, about to get remarried, they could see the loving part, but they didn't even see the bad part. Sometimes you try to shelter that, and I did like when Martell said, I told you not to be so loud and let them hear, and Melody seemed like sometimes part of her didn't really care. So a lot of that I kind of didn't like, but I need Martell to get it together. Like, if you want your family back, Don't lie on camera. Just like, admit it. Like, yeah, I want you back. I effed up. I'm gonna try to get it right. Even if you don't take me back, I'm gonna be honest. When he start being honest with himself, he might get his money back up. He might go get back on the right path. But he keep lying. I can't stand a liar. That pisses me off.
Yes, and hello, the Queen of Cheesecake. I hope all is well. Yes, make sure y'all subscribe. Every time I see your name, Queen of Cheesecake, I'm gonna shout you out. Make sure you guys subscribe to her. But no, Martell. This Negro, yes, he definitely comes off as a narcissist. I don't feel sorry for him, and Melanie is better than me because I'll say this. I know she said she was married to him for 14 years, so yes, she will always have some type of sympathy for him because he was there for her when she was going through whatever she went through. But this man, he made this bed, so he has to lay in it. And so
he came on. I wouldn't be rubbing on his shoulders. We not doing none of that.
Yes. Well, I think, first of all, I don't think they're getting back together. I think she still does love her. If she gets back with him, that's gonna be like, I'm not gonna like Melody.
He's going to take this man back.
Let me tell you this: if Melody gets back with this man, I'm done with her. I am done because that's gonna be the stupidest thing ever. It's one thing, like, you might as well have stayed married to him. Why divorce him? Like, why divorce him if you would get back with him? That is so stupid to me. Like, I would be done because he's already showing himself. Hell, if y'all read some of these other blogs, and I've shouted this channel out a few times. Original Straight No Chaser. She does Love and Marriage Huntsville, and also actually Love and Marriage Straight No Chaser is back on Facebook. That group was gone, but it's back. There is a lady named Davita that he was seeing recently. She posted receipts and everything of them dealing with each other. So if Melody takes him back, Melody is stupid. I really hope she doesn't. I understand having compassion for him, and I think that's what it is. Like, when you're around somebody for that long, of course it's going to be hard to just completely for you to cut them off. Mm-hmm. The fact that she got herself together, she's doing good. Maybe she felt sorry in that moment. Miss QP said, hey. So, hey, Miss QP, thank you for joining us.
It ain't that hard. I don't care how long you knew him.
Yes. Avi said, every time he comes on my screen and spout his nonsense, I want to slap my screen. Exactly. Me too. He is a straight up asshole. I think I can say that on YouTube. He is a straight up asshole, and the Queen of Cheesecake said, I think it's for the show. Exactly. I think it's for the show too. I think
taking him back. I think they're still messing around on alone.
Girl, if they messing around, I'm gonna go off because that would be the dumbest thing for her. She's introducing herself to more STDs because this man is with this alleged lady that came out with these receipts that's in these groups. He was having unprotected sex with this lady. The lady put the receipts out there. So for Melody, and
I'm sure, get back into this group because I need to see this.
Yeah, and I'm sure Melody has seen this because this particular group that I'm in, Melody was a part of. So I would hope that she would be smart enough not to put her health in danger to get back with this man that only thinks about himself. And he only deals with her or wants his family back. And he said it himself. Believe people when they say who they are. This man said, I only want you back because I want the family. I want to be there for the kids. He made it very clear on national TV that he do not want this woman back. So, and I'm sorry that I'm heated. I feel like I'm snatching there and everything. I'm snatching there because Melody needs to get it together. I wouldn't even be filming with this Negro. I'm sorry, I wouldn't. Y'all wouldn't see me in the confessional with him because I would have been done slapped his ass right when we got in there. So, messy. It's not even about hurt feelings. It's the respect for myself. I respect myself enough not to put myself in a situation with a nothing ass nigga like him. Excuse my language.
Well, damn. Tell me how you really feel tonight.
Nate, I would say something else. Sorry.
Go all the way in. Shit.
I'm sorry. I got heated by that.
But you have to realize too. We say that Tisha's weak, but Melanie allowed this Negro to have an affair, and I was giving you time to cut it off. There is no time to cut it off. Point blank, end of period. I'm gonna let you keep having your affair. You should cut it off. No, cut it off. I'm gonna cut you. It's no ultimatum when you sleeping outside this household. She knew for 5 years this man had an affair. It was until a baby came in the picture when she got
saying that wasn't the only one. So the fact,
that's the thing too. She knew it, so she didn't have a backbone either. It took a baby.
And that's why I think she won't go back, because she divorced him. She went through all those affairs because she herself said that Ariane was not the only chick. Yep. It was other ones. Ariane was just the one that stayed, because it's always one that stay and linger on. I do want to read Avi's comment. She said, I don't even know how you go outside your marriage unprotected multiple times. There were so many baby rumors. Exactly. Yes. This is like the second or third time Ariane was actually pregnant, and she wanted to keep this time. She wanted to keep it because of the fact that Martell and Melody had just had that baby. And thank you, Queen of Cheesecake. Definitely, yes. Please hit that like button and come in and subscribe. What'd you say?
I said Orion did all that. He ain't with her ass either. So
yeah. Well, you know they had date night a few nights ago.
Ain't he messing with somebody else?
And the queen, I'm gonna get to that. The queen of Cheesecake said 2 wrongs doesn't make it right. Exactly, and I'm glad she divorced him. But yeah, he had Davita allegedly. I'm gonna say allegedly Davita. Hopefully, I don't get a copyright strike or anything about that. Talking about this,
we can say allegedly.
But the woman that was mentioned in these groups, he's been with her. He's been with the lady on Jocelyn's channel, and then of course Ariane.
I know about the one on Jocelyn's channel.
And he went to the sugar factory. I think it was like literally Friday, Thursday. It was like recent with Ariane. They were at the sugar factory, and she posted his watch to show that she was with him.
Not the watch, girl. If you can't face the face, then why are you there?
Exactly.
I'm not
this man, going back to the show, this man is still, and excuse me, YouTube, for saying the N-word. I'm sorry, but this man is still up to no good. I don't have any sympathy for him. I do like the fact that they tried to come together for the children and get counseling on how to co-parent, because in that situation, I would need counseling. Like, you're going to have to teach me how to talk to this man right here, because he done did some dirt. And Melody is better than me. The petty in me, he wouldn't be seeing them kids for a while, because I'd be like, I don't, in all honesty, I don't know if that other woman is going to be there. She seemed like she hate me. She could hurt my kids. So we need to go to court to talk about how often you're going to see these kids, and if it's going to be supervised or unsupervised. So that would be me off top. So secondly, so the counseling, thank you, Queen of Cheesecake. I'll just say ninja, because I went all the way and I'm going to say ninja. Abby said, where is Martell getting the money to wine and dine and can't pay bills? These ladies need to do better. Girl, when he was married to Melody, he was getting it from Melody. He took money out of her account.
And she's a fool because she paying his electric bill stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not paying near a bill for a man who publicly humiliated me. Not only did he cheat it, but he went last season when he came on here talking to his friend and was like, yeah, I stepped out because you wasn't doing what I want. First of all, don't ever tell me you slept with another woman to my face. Like, don't be disrespectful. He don't even have the respect for her. So I'm not paying no bill. I don't care if you sitting out in the dark with Dollar Tree candles. You can't find, I'm not paying nothing.
Exactly.
If you got to sell the shoes on your feet to provide for yourself, you will, before I give you 5 cents of my money.
Allegedly, he stole money from Melody. He took it out of her account. Paula said, and hey, Paula, thank you for watching. She said, I will stop watching the show if they get back together. Me too. I'm going to definitely be right there with you. I ain't watching that show.
You watch this?
Oh, hell no. If they get back together, honey, I am not playing. I'm not watching this show. I'm going to be like, this is some BS. It was a scheme brought by Todd to bring the bullshit.
No, absolutely not. Hell no.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I think they're still messing around.
I hope not.
When she started rubbing on his shoulders and all that,
I think
she still cares about this man.
Yeah, and she
small little thing he can say. She gonna take this fool.
I think, and this is my thing with that. I think she says she still cares, but my thing is, I think she got in that moment when he was so-called being vulnerable, she felt a connection there, because that, you have to remember, this is her children's father. And so I guess she felt like she wanted to be there for him as a friend. He's like, get off. Was he like, get off me? He was mad because she divorced him. Some people said that he did that because he's on national TV and he wanted to make it known that he's not feeling her for the other women, all this other stuff. I think Martell is just an asshole.
I don't think Melanie lied either when she said, you hit me up and say you want your family. And
oh no, she was telling the truth.
She lied about that.
She was telling the truth. Yeah,
she hesitated before he came back with an answer. If you had to hesitate before you came back with your rebuttal, you full of shit.
Exactly.
I'm my bad. Crap.
Avi said not nan bill will be paid. That is me. I wouldn't be paying none of them goddamn bills. If you can't have a stable house for my kids, you ain't seeing them. As quiet, I'm not even gonna say as quiet as it's kept. Point blank, period. If you don't have any the correct stuff going on, you're not seeing my kids. The Queen of Cheesecake said, I can't call him a man. He's more like a little boy stuck in a man's body. Exactly. I definitely agree. Avi said, yes, the Queen of Cheesecake, Martell is a whole man child. He is. And did you see what Melanie was like? Their son has like kind of issues with him. He has resentment towards his father. So it's crazy.
I wonder if Melanie is telling him stuff, because those kids are really, really young.
I don't think she's telling him anything, but when they argue in front of those kids, and that's not.
I have a problem with the arguing in front of the kids. But Martell even said he told her not to argue in front of the kids.
Yeah.
You know, when Melanie turned up, she turned up, and I ain't mad. You know, sometimes.
Yeah, she don't care, because I know
she went through so much out of so many years. But I'm sorry, she's still crazy for rubbing on that man. I can't get over that thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't have rubbed on him either, because I would be like, where don't Ariane got a business? Like she ain't give you no money. You pay her some money, so you better get with Ariane to see what she can come up with.
And I know you said that they knew each other for a long time and she might have been weak, but I knew my ex-husband since I was a teenager, and we was together. We were married for 10 years, and if he came to at that moment, if we was in counseling, first of all, we're gonna be counseling through a door because I don't even want to see your face. But second of all, I don't think if you publicly humiliate someone like that, there's no way you can still have those feelings, because he just publicly embarrasses her. Mm-hmm. And then when he did that little point with with their daughter, her first milestone, well, not first milestone, but a milestone kindergarten, and you got 5 kids announced to the world. Oh, you got me effed up all the way, because there is no way I'm rubbing on you, because you lucky I ain't slapped you when I saw you.
Exactly. But then get this, remember when they were with the therapist, he was like, I don't want to talk about my 5th child. And I would have Melody better than me, because I would have been like, oh, but you wanted to mention her on that post or him on that post.
But my child,
now, I was like, when I watched that, I was literally yelling at the TV like, oh, but you wanted to talk about her on the post. It was no problem then. Like, what's the problem now?
My child was on your lap, and you wanted to discuss your side baby that ended our marriage, basically. Boy, bye.
Yes, the Queen.
I would have came in and grabbed his phone and knocked that on the ground and broke it. Post another picture.
Yes, the Queen of Cheesecake. The Queen of Cheesecake says she would have been like, wrong road, sir, wrong road. Exactly. Obviously, this man still thinks nothing was wrong with that post. Make it make sense. Exactly. He didn't see what was wrong with it.
Exactly.
And I would have been like, so since we're talking about the child, like in the place to actually talk about the child in therapy, that's the place. So how is it okay to talk about it on social media with a picture of our child? How is that the right place? Definitely make that make sense for me, because what it's starting to look like is you did it to get a reaction out of me. But you're not going to get one. We're going to talk about this child here because you have responsibilities. That's where I would have been petty. You got responsibilities now. Is that why you can't take care of my kids? Your power is off because you have your 5th child now? Like, I would have been good.
Later on in the season for the preview, Marceau asked him, did you even have a DNA test? So a part of me wondering, is that his actual child?
It has to be, because he claims that this child. So either he had a DNA test He had to have a DNA test because he's still dealing with this little girl. She's still taking him back. So I think it is his child.
Or he can't pay his own dinner, so he using her.
She can't pay for nothing either, because from the word on the street, on them Instagram streets, is this little business that she got ain't even taken off. So she needs somebody to still finance her. She doesn't have a job apparently, and I don't agree with this. People called her job when because she was a nurse, a registered nurse.
I was saying, wasn't she an RN?
Yes, but people called her job and got her fired, so she's not working right now, and it's not funny. I'll say this: as bad as this woman was with messing with these people's marriage, I will never wish anything like that on a black woman. Still, because that was Martell that did that. But yeah.
First of all, I'm out of Huntsville. If I'm not going to school to become a nurse and I'm not working, I will be out in Huntsville in a minute. I'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in close by neighboring cities. But what I'm not going to do is not. School takes a lot, and I'm not going to go to school all this time and just not do it because somebody got me fired. There's other jobs you can go to.
And let me tell you this. Now, this was what was funny too. Now, this was not on the show. So the alleged woman that he was dealing with recently that was mentioned in these Facebook groups, and I've shouted them out. Go back, rewind if y'all didn't catch the groups. Okay. But this woman was getting surgery on her body, and he was messaging her. The lady had the receipts and everything. He was messaging her saying that, oh, I would be able to nurse you through it or whatever because I've nursed someone else through it also. So people were speculating that Ariane had her body done and he had to nurse her through it.
I mean, I kind of think she did because her body, she has a good body, but she don't have an ounce of nothing.
Yes. And hey, my opinion, not yours.
Hello.
Yes, thank you for watching. But no, this was outside. I'm gonna shout the groups out one more time. So I'm a big fan of Facebook groups and also YouTube. Instagram, I'm on there, but I'm not as involved on Instagram as I am in Facebook and YouTube. So on Facebook, I'm in two groups that follow this show. One is Love and Marriage Huntsville, Straight No Chaser. And then there's Love and Marriage Huntsville, the original Straight No Chaser. And so the original Straight No Chaser, she has a YouTube channel on YouTube just called Original Straight No Chaser. If you want Love and Marriage tea, usually her page is the first page to like tell all the tea. And so a lot of times, and I have friends in Huntsville too, but a lot of times when I'm finding out my tea on Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's from these groups and from my friends that live in Huntsville. But both of them are good. Right now, the woman that was allegedly dealing with Martell has only wanted to talk to the admin over Straight No Chaser. And so, yes. And so she put
that the YouTube video she did last week when somebody was on there.
I don't know. This is all new. She did the post with this alleged woman. She did in parts, and she just put it up over literally over the weekend.
Okay.
It was a 3-part post of all the receipts. Like the lady had the text messages. She had everything that her and Martell was doing back and forth. He paid her $4,000 to invest in her business, and he stopped.
The box he had at Destiny Hair Store.
I don't know what that. No, it wasn't the box because this lady he was dealing with has like a fitness company and something else. So he met her in, I think she's from the DMV area, and so she was flying out to Atlanta. And the whole reason, what'd you say?
I said DMV. They ain't know.
Well, I think he met her through social media or whatever. But he was flying her out to Atlanta, and recently, she was supposed to come out to Atlanta. He was paying for it. He told her, no, I'm not going to get it right now, whatever. Like, she got mad. This lady didn't know anything about the show or him. And her friend was a fan of the show. No, it's a lot of people that don't watch the show because I know a lot of my friends don't know nothing about it.
Until you told me, I didn't know about it.
Yeah, so one of her friends knew about it and put her up on game with Martell. Like, she didn't know none of this stuff, that he had 5 kids. Like, she knew about the 4. Because let me say this. She got the screenshots. This man was sending her pictures of him with his kids. She thought he only had 4. And then she learned through her friend that he had a 5th child with this woman that he was cheating with. And so around the time of him and Ariane's date, like last week, he kind of cut it off, and she confronted Ariane. And Ariane was like, well, what are you talking about? Send me the screenshots, because I guess she said Ariane thought she was just another woman saying that she dealt with him, because apparently a lot of women message Ariane saying how they've dealt with him. And so she thought she was just one of them, a troll, basically. When she was able to send Ariane the shots, Martell called her immediately. So you gotta go to that group. And like it's so much,
go back on that group.
It's so much tea outside of this show. That's what I'm like. If Melody gets back with him, she would be a goddamn idiot, because it's so like this man is out there sleeping with people unprotected. What'd you say?
For the kids and my terrible.
It ain't no. He got another kid now. It's no more for the kids. Nope. Paula Henderson said, do you all think he believes that crazy stuff he says? It has to be for the show. Oh, that's definitely. It's for the show.
For the show.
It's for the show. He can't believe that. I feel like he tell a million lies a day and think which one gonna stick, which lies gonna stick today, because he can't believe all that bull he's dishing out. But going back to the therapist, I did like that the therapist said that with her situation, when the husband had to let her child know about his outside child, she was present, but she didn't say anything, and it just showed that they had a united front in that sense. So I do like that. She didn't say nothing. She was just there as support, and it showed that she was like, regardless of how I felt about the situation, I didn't say anything, but it showed that I was on the same page as my ex-husband, and that I like that for the kids, and that's what they need to do. He's just a clown. Yes, Martell is definitely just a clown.
Red nose and big shoes.
Yes, I was not like, I'll say for a little tiny bit. I can't even see it. A little tiny bit. It was a little tiny bit of sympathy for him when he was crying, but then I was over it. When he pushed Melody off him, talking about get over.
He wasn't crying. Boy, wow. He was a teacher. He know how to be dramatic.
Because he's realizing the effects of all of the bull that he put Melody through. And I'm finna drop this link. I'm gonna drop the link because we didn't talk about this.
You know what's crazy though? All that, and you realize he ain't got no coin now because Melody holds the money.
Exactly. And I'm gonna get to that. Anybody that wants to come on and join us and give your opinion, definitely come on. But I want to talk about that Melody having a coin. So we saw that Melody has the builder's license, and he was trying to get on her about building home, saying she don't know how to build. And she's so funny with her southern accent. She's like, "What house you build? What thing did you make?" So it's Melody. We're now seeing Melody was the brains behind Holt and Holt. Like hell. Well, she's in their building now. Is Melody S. Holt? Like it's all her.
As fast as I dropped him.
Well, that name, she's had it for 14 years. So I would keep it, but I was
competent and dropped it at the divorce settlement. Take it.
Oh no, I would keep that name. The name sounds.
I didn't even take the house.
This is
representation.
This is why I would keep the name, because of the businesses, and that's what people know them as. And so it was Holt and Holt, and you see people still want to work with her because she has the builder's license. She still has the business. So I would definitely keep that name. That like I would have been like, I earned that goddamn name. Like this, the business. I got the business.
That's like Tina Turner.
Yeah,
business outside. Like my business was named after my kids, so I didn't need the name, but their business was named together. So that makes sense. I still would have got rid of it. It's just Melanie H. Take it for what you want.
Yeah, I definitely would have kept the name, and then her kids have that name as well. So I would have kept the name, and like you said, it's like Tina Turner. Tina kept her name.
Who named you?
I'm still keeping my name.
Are you like Kamara Lee Simmons? Kamara to be married and still got the damn Simmons name because she has businesses under that name. So if I can find a man that's secure enough to let me keep my name and can see the bigger picture of the businesses, because when you think about it, these names have nothing to do with the husband. The husband just gave them the name, but they built empires off of these names. And I feel like they're winning if they get to take their name back.
if I have a built business, and a lot of you may disagree with me, but my thing is this: I'm all about making money. So if I have a business based off of that name, and that's what people know me as, oh yes, I'm keeping it, but I'm no longer his wife. Like that, it's X.
I can't keep the name.
So I see why Kimora Lee Simmons still has her name, Tina Turner, and now Melody Hope kept her name. And so
I see Tina because she's an entertainer, and nobody wants to be named Anime Bullock. So understand that. But I'm sorry, I'm not out. To each his own. I'm not keeping the name.
DJ says she can go, but the name stays here. No, the name. DJ, the name doesn't stay there.
That was the Ike Turner.
Mrs. Sullivan. Yeah, exactly. Mrs. Sullivan, if she leaves, she's taking Sullivan with her. Mm-hmm. She earned it. So
take your name. You can have your name.
Yes. Oh, and Tina said, the Queen of Cheesecake, her real name is Tina. She said, my mom named me after Tina Turner. Yes. Beautiful, strong woman. Strong Black woman.
And she got remarried too.
Yes.
At 75.
The name is staying with me. And that's just me.
You would really keep it?
Oh yes. If I have businesses right now and I want to toast, we can toast to my business. So yes, I am now a business. Welcome to the Candy Shop LLC is a business. So it is registered under my name, my actual married name, and I'm not changing it. So I don't plan on leaving my husband. DJ said, "Oh, I'm worth $5." Whatever, DJ.
DJ, bye. Get out of big crib.
So, yes, thank you, Shantae. Thank you for watching as well. Thank you, Avi. Yes, I have the LLC to my channel. Thank you, Queen of Cheesecake.
Well deserved.
Yes.
So, you know what I'm thinking is you have your LLC under your married name. Mm-hmm. Maybe I was being selfish because I got all my stuff under my maiden.
No, I haven't been. And that's a long story. If y'all watch my story times, I've been married before. So I would have to go like two names back to my maiden name.
Yeah, I said right. Because this is the second for me too.
Yes.
I'm not going through no more paperwork and filing. This is it.
So thank you.
I ain't gonna lie. If this didn't work, I was still keeping this name because I'm not going through this again.
Yes. Thank you, Miss QP. But I want to talk about Martell's friend meeting up with Melody. So I did think that was wrong, that he wanted to do business with her. And Melody did the right thing. She was like, well, these 47 acres, which is, they get on my nerves with these damn 47 acres and a mule, because that's what I want to go. But the 47 acres that we've been hearing about since I think season 1 have come into question again. Yeah. So while Hannah is going, I want to do a poll. I forgot Martell's friend's name, but was he wrong in going to Melody first about this 47 acres and trying to let her know that the builder or whoever owns this land wants to build with her? So I'm gonna put on my countdown, put a 1 if he was wrong, a 2 if you feel he was all right. Okay, we're back. So this is interesting.
That was perfect. Perfect timing.
Yes. So the Queen of Cheesecake said he was wrong in going to her. So, and I want to keep that. Avi said, but the client requested. Avi said the client requested her, and Martell ain't got no license. Business is business. I'm kind of feeling that.
Ooh.
Shantae said too, and Avi said too. So they feel that he wasn't wrong in going to her. That puts a new spin on things because business is business. She is the only one with the business license. I agree with both sides. So I see what the Queen of Cheesecake is saying. The reason why I say it's wrong is the guy tried to talk to Martell about his personal life and all this stuff for keeping it out of the business, but then went to his wife knowing what was going on personally with them. And he claims to be Martell's friend. So it's just messy. Oh, Shantae is here. Hey, Shantae.
Hey, everybody.
So tell me your thoughts, because you were one of the ones that said he wasn't wrong.
Okay, so this is where I'm coming from. In the episode previously, he already had did some undermining and went to Marceau. So I'm kind of feeling like, why don't it's for the reality show? How come Martell is acting like he's so dumbfounded that his friend is shaky and shady? He already went to Marceau in the previous season. Am I right?
Correct.
I forgot.
And Martell didn't say nothing to Marceau.
Exactly. So I'm figuring out either it's for the show or you already know, you should already peeped his character. And also the reason why I said too, because business is business. He can't do nothing with Martell. And that when they all friends as couples, when they all intimate, and he might feel like maybe she's a daughter to him or a close friend, let me go to who got the paperwork. Martell is all over the place. And life goes on. Just because Martell can't get his shit together, keep his thing in his hands, that don't mean that business can't continue.
You got a point with that. I kind of agree with that, because they were friends with them both. So, yep, I definitely agree.
And one Martell shady with the 47 acres with his own friend.
Yeah,
with his own friends. And when the comeback group all in it together. So Martell got a shadiness about him too. So business is business, like he told his friends.
Yes, I found it funny that he went to Melody talking about, I'm glad you had my back. And she was like, what?
Because he still want her.
Yeah, she being nice. She just nice. She's still being kind and nice. That's all it is. In a minute, it's going to all come to head. Wait till she get a good piece. That's going to be over with.
Yes.
Martell is going to be over with. When she start with laying low and spreading wide. She ain't gonna be thinking about no Martell. She gonna be disgusted with herself.
Exactly. And if I was her, I would definitely slut it out.
What? To the highest power.
He deserves it.
Yes.
To the highest power.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm starting to. At first, I did think the friend was wrong, but now I see y'all point. He technically wasn't wrong, because he never confronted Marceau about it at all.
And he kept saying he in business with other people with that 47 acres. He kept saying, my client is going for who has the license. I mean, it's nothing you can go. That's black and white. Who has the license, the builder's license? Why would he go to Martell? Especially, like I said, Martell is all over the place. He too busy courting out there in them streets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he was about the wrong bag. You were about the box and not the bag.
Hello? The sweaty box.
Okay.
Yes,
the sweaty box.
If you stack the box up, if you stack your coin up, that'll follow.
Exactly.
He fumbling.
Yeah.
Oh my God, like a big time. That's why you're in that teary-eyed. Melody. I'm like, look at this BITCH. I can't believe you.
Yes, and I don't think I agree with when he says he don't want her back. I really feel like he don't want her back. He
don't want her back, but the foundation was so good and so familiar.
Yep, he likes
He'd rather use it. He rather use an abuser. He don't want her back, but he will use her.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he want to do. He want to use her because the foundation was superb. She laid it down for him. She was, as you can see, she was the brain. She was the leader. That's why he constantly tried to knock her down. Well, obviously, Martell, you didn't pass the builder's test, Martell. Because if you did, you would have had it, Martell Hope. Like she like to call it, Martell Hope.
Exactly. What is his friend's name? I didn't know.
I don't know this man's name.
Is it Chris? Is that
I think it's Chris.
It's Chris.
It's Chris.
Yeah.
Chris.
That's his name, Chris.
Chris, he was like, you should be studying with me.
Hello? See, he know the history of they little business. He knows the history. He knows who's been putting it down or making it, I guess you could say, superb in the marketing area. He knows who was the background of it. So that's why he went to Melody, unless it was just staged for the reality show.
Mm-hmm. But you remember when Martell tried to come against Melanie and shade her like when I built this, she was just a teacher and that, and now she
They
has.
were both. They were
But
both.
that's what that kind of man do. When you're out there doing wrong, they constantly gonna put any accolades, any awards, anything that you have forefront. He's constantly gonna put it down and try to belittle her to make her feel like you ain't nothing without me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he constantly do it, whether it's on TV or behind the closed door. That's why she constantly says, "You're not gonna do this to me anymore. You're not gonna." She keeps saying that because he's been doing it so long, putting her down. Any accolade, anything she did. And as you say, now you can see she's the one, the breadwinner. She still got the building. She got the business. It all comes out. But a guy like that, of course, is gonna constantly put her down. You know how they go.
Which would be more reason for me to be petty and keep his goddamn name. Like
Hello, she better keep that name.
She paying his bills, so I give her no respect for that part.
She's paying his bills. Well, she tried to say that she was paying that bill so her kids would have that, but like I said, them kids wouldn't have been over
kids at your mom's house.
Hello.
Yeah.
She's still being nice. She's still stuck a little bit in her mind. When that mentality go and she get that big thing come around that corner, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a whole new reality TV.
Yes, and I can't wait.
It's gonna be called.
I think she's gonna take it back. If not, just bring him on the show.
Yeah, Carlos King needs to come up with a dating show for Melody because I want her to have some new.
Yeah, it's gonna be beyond. It's gonna be like Beyond the Pole and Martell. She gonna go hard. She gonna.
Yeah.
I think she's more than
That's
just
what it's gonna become.
He's an actual man because Martell ain't never grow up.
Exactly. So I want to read some of these comments. Obvi said Chris's name. Yes, I knew it was Chris. Paula said 1.5.
I'm a Paula. I said I'm on a fence.
So I'm agreeing with 2. The Queen of Cheesecake, I want to know what you think after all we said now. If you think it was wrong. And Avi said he is always trying to break her down when he is the ain't shit ninja. I'm gonna say ninja because I said the other word earlier. I was heated. Queen of Cheesecake said now the friend is in the middle. That friend can always go back and say, well, she's doing this, and that, and might want to sabotage the business. You think I think this friend is about making money.
Period.
He's on money.
Yeah.
He haven't got personal yet. So he haven't called out no name. He haven't said, well, you this. He haven't threw no shots because he's strictly focused on the money.
Mm-hmm. And he tried to tell on season 2, he tried to tell Martell that his personal life was like overpowering the business.
Yeah.
Basically how he was perceived in business, it was overpowering that perception. And so he tried to tell him, and then all this stuff came out. And so now we're here. This is season 3. And it's just not panning out for him. Martell needs to give up them 47 acres. It's done, sir.
Yeah, everything is done. He need a new start.
Yep.
He needs to get off the show.
He even making Ariane look tired, and I know she's young, and he making her look tired.
She does look tired.
Oh my God, to be so young, I'm like, you look tired.
Is she still in her 20s?
And and them clothes is tired too.
All of that. What are you giving? What are you giving, and why are you giving it?
Yes.
I mean,
Avi said Chris is about his bag, and he definitely is.
I agree. He's about his money, and I'm not mad at him for being about his money.
Me either. Because that's when Martell thought that everything was going to stop and evolve around him. But see, that's what Melody had him going because she was so in love and infatuated. So he was caught up with that. But life goes on, Martell. When she's separated from you, she has the building license. So her life got to go on, and she got to make her coin for her 4 kids you had with her.
Exactly. And Melody, the singing career, I'm on the fence about that. But if she goes back into this whole building homes and stuff, I think that's going to pan out and work for her.
Yes,
that's
it
her
will.
niche.
Yes, it will.
The whole singing, I'm kind of over that. Even though
I'm done.
Keep the album to herself. Girl.
Come on now. Somebody tell her. Somebody be nice and let her know.
Yes.
Come on out that booth.
Yes.
Yes. I have a question for you guys. What do y'all think about the friend Destiny not extenuating her thing, whatever she was going through with Melody, and Melody opened up in her whole little situation, and she never said one thing to Melody. Do y'all consider that a friend?
Well, I'll say this, and thank you for bringing Destiny up because I forgot to talk about her. Destiny is technically not Melody's friend; she was Martell's friend. Yeah, her and Martell, I guess, know each other from high school. And when you see the chemistry between them, if I didn't know that, I would have thought they wanted each other.
Right, to a degree, I can see that.
Yeah, so I don't think that Destiny didn't want to open up to Melody. I just feel like with the way that the show is set up, it's the Melody and Martell show.
Right.
So she didn't want to impose on it. That's my thought on that. I don't know what your thoughts are.
Well, I was just thinking because Melody said, well, I wasn't going through nothing a month ago. And I'm like, well, she could at least gave her a sentence or two. It's like, look, I might be not speaking this much and this is what's going on. I'm just putting you abreast and give me some time. I just felt like if it was that type of relationship, because if you sit in my face while I'm soaking, crying on a pillow, you there through the months, and then you don't turn around and say nothing about what you're going through.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think if y'all saw the previews, it's gonna be a falling out between them. Yeah. I don't think they're real friends for real like that.
Yeah. Well, now that you remind me, she did say her and Martell went to school together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then this friend that Melody brought on, which seems suspect to me, is finna come for Destiny.
Yes. Off the muscle, like yo.
Yes, and it's always crazy to me that I never like friends of shows because they always come with they are bone collectors and they come with the bones.
Yeah.
I don't know because I like me some Marlo.
You like Marlo
from Housewives
of Atlanta? Right. That's a whole other conversation in itself. But no, these new friends, like this lady that Melody has brought on, she seems suspect. So
very.
Because
you should know. You should know better to start talking about the ex or the boyfriend or anything. I won't invite myself to somebody's relationship unless they open up to me about it, and then I'll piggyback off. But I'm not gonna sit down the table like, oh girl, your man, I seen him, and I'm like, oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Not only did she talk about Destiny's relationship, but she talks about monster vaping. Okay.
Oh yeah, she did throw that out there.
Yes, and that just seems so messy. Like
yes.
I don't get her on the show. And is she supposed? This show was supposed to have a new couple. So is she a part of this new couple that's on the show?
I can't figure that out. I ain't seen no new couples.
Yeah,
I think she's just the mess starter. She got to be.
Yes, she is, and clearly, I guess they don't do smoke on there because I would have went all the way off about that. Destiny is better than me because with a woman, a woman questioning me about my man, and you have my man. Oh, you can leave
immediately. So disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
If you want to discuss it, I can understand if it's on the tip of your tongue, but let it just be me and you, ma'am.
Exactly. Obviously, she gave off Effa vibes. She sure did. She sure did, because she's supposed to be recently married herself, but she acting like a side chick.
Thank you. So I just said that to her. Ain't you supposed to be still glowing?
Yes.
Dang, you come in with men, some ain't right in your marriage already.
Exactly.
You're supposed to still be glowing and on cloud nine.
Exactly, but she's with the shits. That's what it appears to be. Oh, DJ said, I don't know any of these shows. DJ, you gotta watch the shows. They're good.
It's so good.
Yeah, Love and Marriage Huntsville and Real Housewives of Potomac. That's what we talked about tonight. And do y'all watch the encore? Do you watch the encore, Shantae?
Yes, I do. Can't miss it. Yes, I am.
So what you think about Vivian leaving?
I think it was more negative energy than we probably can see through the TV. I think it was just too much every day, all day. I can't deal with no helpers that wake up. When you see flowers and flowers and wine and it don't make you smile or forgive for a second.
Exactly. And Cherish, as quiet as it's kept, Cherish was not as big as that they're trying to say that they are.
I know they mama and daddy must have really big their head up when they was traveling. They was like, go girls, the girls, go.
Exactly. And shout out to the Impressive channel. because I watch her channel.
Yeah,
She
me
did a
too.
story on them, and
I heard.
yeah, apparently they had a falling out with their own sisters.
I heard.
So
My mama was telling me that. I heard. I gotta catch that. Then I'm gonna go to a place because I've been looking for it. My mama told me about that.
yes, Queen of Cheesecake says she watches it. DJ Sullivan said, "I'm gonna watch Fuckboy Island though." What is
That's Boy Island. You know what, DJ?
what is that?
Why did you even read his comment? You know he full of it. He play too damn much.
Yeah. Well, moving along, I'll be laughing. But no, the Cherish sisters, Hannah, I'm not feeling them on this show at all on Encore.
I think they got that song or how many little songs on the chart with what's the white little boy named Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I feel like they now feel like they then came they on and they strong producers now and they showing their ass on there. That's all I can say.
Yes, DJ said it's a real show though. Laugh out loud. But I never heard about it. But going to the Cherish sisters, like you said, Shantae, they kind of have a big head. I remember on the first episode, the one sister was like, "My sister is made of. She's just a millionaire."
Yes, like, that right there.
But I'm not feeling her. And then Keely, at first, I don't know how to feel about Keely. Keely is siding with them. Oh, honey, you love the Cherish sisters. They love Keely, and I know you don't like.
I can't stand Keely.
Well, they love them some Keely because that's the Three Stooges right there.
Damn, that stinking ass.
That's the Three Stooges.
But see, Keely is their type. That's their type of hype.
Yeah,
Keely bring that same type of energy with her side. That's their type of hype.
Yeah,
she can deal with that, but she can't deal with conversation and communication.
Yep. Yeah. They call them freaking frat, but they forget Keely because she's a part of this. The Three Stooges to me. They're so negative, and for them, like you said, Shantae, to not like cosigns apology because he apologized. He wanted to talk to them. He sent them flowers. Like I'm on the side of Lamisha Harris.
Yeah, what woman would give flowers? It don't least for a second. Change your mind.
It ain't no damn HBO.
Oh, the other show. But no, they let me actually put the title up there. Let's see if I still got it. But of the Encore. But yeah, they did not like the flowers from Cosign, and it was
wine in there too.
Wine and tequila too.
They know the liquor.
Well, the Cherish sisters was not feeling it.
True.
They got issues. The B twins, they have issues. They should be a little bit more bubbly.
Thank you, the Queen of Cheesecake. I agree.
The Queen of Cheesecake said Keely is stuck up and thinks she knows everything. So do the Cherish twins too. If you watch, and I know Hannah, you don't watch the Encore. If you watch the Encore, you will see the Cherish sisters. They more annoying than Keely because
I love they are, but I still love Cherish.
They think they know everything. They think you sticking beside the wrong side. They think they know everything. They're very disrespectful. They start arguments with everybody.
Yes.
It's been like Nivea left the show because of them. Nivea was finna fight, and I myself am similar to Nivea because I get, like I've said before on this show, I go along to get along, but when you push me to that point, it's no return. And I'm throwing hands, I'm fighting. So, and that's why, because people like Nivea and myself and like other people, we are genuine with people.
Yeah, me too.
Like,
I like that.
You take it hard when people play you.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
I'm like I kind of watch people play me for a little bit before I pounce on them. So I do. I know what Nivea is at.
Yes. And so sometimes people will take your niceness for granted. And my favorite saying yes, I've never said it on this show, but I say this about myself sometimes. Do not let the smooth taste fool you. Please. Because I might be being cool with you and I'm taking it all in. I'm being respectful. But if you keep pushing at me and poking at me, poking a bear.
The same way.
Yes,
definitely the same way. And that's what Nivea was doing. She was just observing, watching, knowing that stuff was unnecessary. But then when they start calling names, saying the weakest link and this like that, it was just uncalled for.
Yes, they were trying to call the 702 girls Irish and Lamisha the weakest link, and Nivea was like, "Wait a minute, why we gotta have Nivea was like, why we gotta have this conversation? Weakest link. Like, what is that? Like,
that's real negative. That's like I'm up here and you down here. No.
Exactly. And everybody on that show has sold more albums than them. So that's what I'm like.
I didn't know that. Oh my God.
They calling people the weakest link. But 702 has sold more records than them. Nivea, to me, has sold more records than them.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, and then even I feel like Keely's little group 3LW probably sold more.
They probably did because they did like 2 transformations.
Neck and neck with 3LW.
3LW and Cheetah Girls. They didn't outsell Cheetah Girls.
3LW did Cheetah Girls. Only 2, because Notori was. Remember, they excluded her out. So
I really think. Well, back in my day, Cherish was known in Atlanta.
I was listening to their album earlier while I was working.
But I'm gonna just tell you this, Hannah. What you gotta watch the show because it'll probably change your perspective. And I'm gonna say Total sold more records than Cherish.
Definitely. That's what they failed to realize. Pam is a superstar.
Exactly.
Y'all cannot do what she do. She brings it.
Exactly. The Queen of Cheesecake said, "I'm nice on the outside, but bitter on the inside." I hate that you've been on the inside, but I understand. I definitely understand. She also said they are big-headed. The Cherish twins, they are just big-headed. What did you think, Shantae, about them? About Pam and how she is with the whole lesbian thing, because she kind of went off about that.
She feel like carpet. I'm sorry.
She front. She wants some cat tonight. She wants some cat right now.
Well, she's
trying to fight it.
She
goes off. She gets so mad, like you can see. Like, girl, girl.
Like I said, it must be more bad energy than we see on TV. It must be really way more because they really at this point had it with them girls.
I know I said this before. My husband's best friend is actually Abe. He's the guy that you see with the mask on that just looks straight ahead. He put up a post on Facebook saying that all I know is I stay straight ahead. I stay at the drama. I don't know what's going on, so don't ask me. But
he's the one I don't know. I can't see him I don't know who that is. I know.
He's the if you ever see a producer in there, it's a guy in there that be at the little producer thing, and he just staring straight ahead with his head. And he probably don't even want to be seen.
No.
Because of that. And Abe is such a nice guy. I'll say this. He I don't think he wants to be known, but I know the Cherish Sisters one day was like, Abe, run that back. Like this man don't be mean to nobody.
They got issues.
I still like them.
You gotta watch the show.
It's not they're not likable. They just childish and rude and obnoxious. It's not like they're not likable. They cute little twins. They just need to keep their mouth closed and bring some positive energy at least sometime during the day.
Yeah, because
they always things about the drama. If they was all in Kumbaya, it wouldn't be a show.
No, but the thing is though, because I think people don't watch because they ain't Kumbaya. Because when I watched the show, I wasn't looking for chicks to be fighting all the time.
No, we was looking for some creativity.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
It's like 30 of them.
It was 9. I was looking for I was looking for Kumbaya because all the chicks on this show are women that were out when I was in high school, college.
Yeah.
And so you would think they would be beyond the mess.
Yes.
And so the Cherish Sisters, first of all, I didn't know they were writing for these other people, so it was good to hear that.
Yeah,
but the fact that they keep the bull going on, that's what makes the show. Like sometimes I don't even want to watch it because it's gonna be drama.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
They get mad at the smallest things, and then they're not respectful to the people that are actually the people that they should be giving their flowers to. They ain't even respectful to.
No, they not.
So it makes
you. They notice that we see Pam them as superstars. We see Nivea as a superstar. We see who else is in there? We see them more as superstars, and we just see them as a group that came out. At least that's how I look at it.
Yeah, and that's how I look at it too, because to me, Cherish was not as big as 702 in total.
No, yeah, they were
No.
superstars.
But the way that they are in that show, Hannah, they act like they bigger than everybody in the house.
I'm about after the show. I might listen to Get It Together and sitting home. Dude,
Yes.
the video of him and sitting home alone is still iconic to this day.
It is.
Man was not playing in that video. Get
Mm-mm.
Yep.
And I heard the dude, what's his name, Ed or whatever his name is from back in the day. I heard he was giving it to the girls out there too. The girl from SWV was going to his house and breaking his windows and stuff.
Oh shoot! Well, we might have. If you got subscribers, Shantae, we might have to hear a story time about that because
I'll be catching it because I'm nosy.
I know that's right.
The Queen of, yes, the Queen of Cheesecake said the twins are so used to the BS. I don't think they know how to break away.
Not right now. They don't have the maturity.
Yeah, they apparently or allegedly had a falling out with their own sisters.
Yeah. And nobody came when they came. They had visitors. Nobody came for them.
Yeah. Yep. And so now Aubrey is gone. Nivea is gone. Do you think Nivea is gone for real, Shantae?
I hope not. I want her back.
Yeah, I do too.
I want her back. I want that balance.
Yes.
Yeah, because what they're gonna do is gonna be the sisters against the other sisters. Then Keely on the third sister.
And they had a preview asking Keely to be a part of the group.
Nobody want to hear that voice.
Yeah, I seen that.
The Cherish sisters
already was.
The Cherish sisters was asking her. No, she was like their creative director. She didn't want to be in the group, but the Cherish sisters are asking her to join the group now.
No, thank you.
Saying that they need a fifth member.
I seen that.
Yep.
I seen that. I don't know what Keely malfunction is. I really don't.
I don't know either. Like, I didn't know. I wish with this show they would have explained more because I didn't know
at the beginning.
Yeah. I thought all of them were coming on the same, but then when they said Keely was like their director, like what?
Well, let me ask you a question. Can we be honest? Did Aubrey need to stay off the gospel song?
No, she could have been on that gospel song.
No, come on now. What was she bringing? I didn't feel no soul.
I don't need her in no type of gospel.
I would have liked her on there, but Aubrey, yeah, she didn't have no soul.
I'm rooting for Aubrey. I love Aubrey, but on the gospel songs is something she should have set out with. I can't help it. I don't want to be prejudiced or nothing, but just something that we bring to the table that nobody can bring to the table when it comes to that.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree. Aubrey, even in Danity Kane, Aubrey wasn't my favorite. I like Dawn.
I love Dawn. I was like,
Dawn was the truth.
Yeah. So Aubrey, if she has skills like Christina Aguilera, which I thought she was trying to be like her, then yeah.
She on the gospel album.
But yes, well, I'm gonna end this here.
Okay, it was nice talking to you guys. I loved it.
Yes, thank you. Make sure you subscribe, Shantae.
I've been subscribed. As soon as the avatar came up and you came on, I was like, oh. Subscribe.
Yes, well, you know what? Before I end it, I do want to talk a little bit about the avatar. So
please update me. I've been missing it.
Well, in my last live, I did talk about how Nosy Hole Live, shout out to her channel, she uncovered who the avatar was. The alleged brother of the avatar tweeted back in 2014 that his sister has a new channel all about the tea. And the lady that's tied to the guy, Nosy, shared her picture last week, her high school picture, and then she shared a current picture that was from a site, like a GoFundMe site for people that are killed. So it's allegedly it is Kenya Harrison.
I heard that. I was seeing it on other people's review, but I haven't caught up with it. Yeah. So, are y'all sure it's gonna be somebody else later?
No. Well, I still think it's other people tied to it.
A lot of people tied to it.
I think the alleged Monique Tober lady has some ties to it. I think the mafia is involved. It's so many people involved in this story, and everybody is saying that Nosy Hole Live was wrong for doxing this lady.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too on like the little titles.
But didn't Monica dox Ples?
Yes, she did. I heard. I didn't see it, but I heard that. Yes.
Yes, she
So you
gave
saying
out
fair game?
exactly. She gave out Ples's full legal name and where she worked.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah, so it's
That's
like
cold.
I
It's
feel like
very messed up because you
yeah,
don't. My day job has nothing to do with this, so don't ever do that.
That's cold. That's somebody bread and butter. But you know, karma is a bee. It'll
Yeah,
come
don't
back.
take food out of nobody's household.
No.
and notice how like Monique Tolbert spoke out. All these people spoke out except for Kenya Harrison.
That makes my light bulb go off. I'm gonna have to investigate. I'm gonna have to go and catch up. Yes, toast.
So allegedly it's her, and this is the first time I'm speaking about it. This is late into my live, so that's why I'm speaking about it. So if I get a copyright strike, because I've never had one, oh well, I'm gonna fight it. But
I fight it with you because I pulls up.
Don't let me pull up. I'm shutting it down.
Don't let the silly fool you. I pull up.
Yes,
nice talking to you guys. I'll be back Monday. And whenever you have a live, I try to. My alerts don't come up. I don't know if they being prejudiced, but I can't blame YouTube on everything.
Yeah, I get alerts for people like 24 hours after they've gone live.
Yeah, I do too. I'll get it the next day.
Oh, okay. It's not just me then, because I sure want to blame them.
I'll get it the next day. Like, oh, dang, I missed this.
Yes, but thank you.
Y'all have a good night. You're welcome.
You too. Bye-bye. Well, that was fun. This was a nice kiki. And thank you again, Shantae, for joining. Yeah, I wish the queen of cheesecake could have joined me, but I understand. So this was Mimosa Monday. I'm gonna end it here. I'm all done. I probably will go live again. I may do something tomorrow or Thursday. I don't do Wednesdays because I want to shout out my friend's channel. I don't think I've ever shouted them out on my channel, but Real Talk for Real Men, he does a show on Wednesdays and Sundays. Make sure you subscribe to him. I'm usually on that channel as well on Wednesdays and Sundays, and we just did something yesterday. Me and Hannah both were on his channel. Yes. And so it was fun. He has a lot of good content. Even though it's Real Talk for Real Men, he incorporates women as well. So we give our opinions on hot topics. So be sure to check him out. But I'll be going live soon. Thank you all for the love. Thank you, Miss QP. Make sure you subscribe and become a sugar baby or a sugar daddy. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize and I can post stuff on my community page. Like right now, I don't have a community page. So it's crazy. Thank you, Aviel. But yes, I really thank you all for supporting everyone that commented on the show tonight. You kept it interesting. We had a good time, and I want to continue to do this. So me and Hannah or myself, we might go live tomorrow. So we'll be back soon. Thank you for watching again. Yes. Do you have any final thoughts, Hannah?
My final thoughts is, and I'm speaking from a divorced woman, and that found love again. So let me put that out there. Do not let any man that disrespects you after it's over still have a part of you. Whether it's children, you can be a parent without giving them a piece of you. So I feel like Melanie was still giving a piece of herself by even still caring. I feel like once that chapter is closed, please do not reopen that book, because a narcissist person will take advantage of the tiniest and smallest thing you give them. And I want to just celebrate all my women out there, especially my Black women. You know, we pro-Black over here. All my Black women, all my women out there. I want to just celebrate everybody today. And thank you for letting me come on today. You know, I love coming on.
Tell them about your channel, because Miss QP just asked, did you have a channel? And so, yes, she does.
I need to get my YouTube back because I'm more on Instagram with my cooking. But I am a chef. I do cook. I have my own catering business. So, yes, it is Chef Hannah on YouTube and Instagram. But I need to get my YouTube back up because I have been between the business, working, and school. It's been a lot. So I need to be back like you are, Candace, because you do it. You do that thing. You juggle it all. And I'm juggling, but I be trying to fit YouTube in, but it don't be fitting. Like some Instagram reels do. It'd be like, all right, I cook dinner, boom, boom, boom. I cater, boom, boom, boom. But you do it all. So I'm gonna salute you as well because you do it all. And again, we already mentioned it. I am very proud of you getting that LLC for this because this was very well deserved, and I celebrate you tonight.
Oh, thank you, Hannah. Thank you. I appreciate everything that Hannah does for my channel. Her and my bestie Kanea, they helped me build this channel to what it is. I thank her and I thank Kanea as well. But I do want to say good night to the Queen of Cheesecake. Make you subscribe to her. Good night, Miss Avi L, and good night, Miss QP. Make sure you subscribe to Chef Hannah because she does have those meals. She has some videos up as well. YouTube has shorts that you can put up. So
you know what? They do have shorts. I'm gonna start adding my shorts.
Yes.
Thank you.
But yes, thank you all for watching. Support us. I'm rooting for everybody Black, especially Black women. Good night.
People got married today on the low. Speaking of time.
Yes. Good night, y'all. Can you guys help me out? Yes, we can definitely help you out.
I will subscribe to you right after the show, the Queen of Cheesecake.
Yes, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get her to 1,000 subscribers as well. So
I'm not even at 100 yet.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Like 50.
Thank you all. Good night. But I want to welcome everybody to my channel, The Candy Shop. I am so excited. The Candy Shop. So this